new players getting it rough, that's just how it's always been, man. People think you're cheating. If anything, that's a flex sometimes, man. They can't believe you're so good.
You think you're the best player in the fucking game. Okay, everyone thinks I'm cheating. I'm crazy. It's gonna add so much confidence, right?
The tale as old as time. We've been here so many times.
Hello, my name's Perky. I'm calling from the U.S.
Hey, what's up, Perky? What's your take?
I feel as though in this new state of Fortnite, it's very hard for new and upcoming players to go pro, being that there's a lot of cheaters and a lot of new and upcoming players get accused a lot. It's hard for them to prove themselves. You know, practice kind of sucks right now. There's nothing really to put yourself out there as a new player.
Okay, and so you think the accusations of like someone starts popping off all of a sudden and then people think they're cheating, so that like hurts their rep, like people don't want to play with them and that kind of messes them up?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm gonna jump in straight away and say I don't agree.
11.
This might seem like a bit of an unk take, but the reality is, you know, when new players getting it rough, that's just how it's always been, man. That's it. It's happened with every new player that's come through. In every esport as well, it happens. When you come up, you get hit with the cheating accusations, especially when you've not been seen or done things on LAN. It's like, I can name so many players who have had that experience. And to be fair, it doesn't mean that that's good, because not everyone can handle that mentally, right? Like, I know some players, like I've had some players whose parents have reached out to me because they were struggling with it at the time, right? And so I don't wish anybody ever to get, you know, like the abuse that sometimes comes with it, because definitely people take it too far. But in terms of like that aspect of you come up, you're doing so well that people think you're cheating, man, if anything, that's a flex sometimes, man. They can't believe you're so good. That's how it is, you know? Like,
Levin,
how we met.
Back to the stream.
How we met, yeah.
I mean, Levin,
people think you were cheating, Veno.
Yep, they thought I was cheating. I was streaming. Evan joined the call to talk to me about it.
Hey.
Because everyone said I had like one of the best aims, right? But I had the worst Kovac skills in the world, and it's still now like my Kovacs is awful. I can't do anything on it. But like, yeah, I mean, my take on it personally is that it's good. Why? Like, bullying's good.
No.
Like, yeah, bullying's good because the thing is, right? You think you're the best player in the fucking game. Okay, everyone thinks I'm cheating. I'm fucking crazy. It's gonna add so much confidence, right? And also, it's the added thing is that a lot of them are cheating. I just moved to NA. Almost every 2v2 I play, I get told, yeah, that kid's hacking. I was like, he's hacking. I 5-0'd him in the first one. Then he beat me 7-5. Oh, what a surprise!
The views shared by Veno are of Veno and Veno only. Hotline FN does not advocate for bullying in any form.
We know what Veno means, though. He means, obviously, again, like when people are hating on you in this specific context. I think, to go to your take specifically, I think the only way it can hurt you as a player is if, yes, it crumbles your mental, which, again, like Veno just said, it shouldn't. You should be like, oh my God, I am the shit. People think that I'm genuinely cheating. The one thing it can hurt with, though, is like friend groups or teammates. But I mean, let's be real. Most Fortnite pros will still play with someone, even if they're slightly suspicious they're cheating, as long as it's not so bad they think they're going to get banned. They're like, yo, let me get on this. Like, this guy's crazy.
Bigger played with Aviv. Like, that's what Bigger played with Aviv. Like,
I mean,
everyone thought he was cheating. A lot of people with a lot of accusations will still get really good teammates. So I don't think it hurts them too much. It might hurt them, like, usually it grows their socials if they could put up with the hate, but maybe it hurts them getting an org, but even then, that's not really that important. So I know what you mean. It does suck to see people's flowers taken away from them. Every time someone pops off on Fortnite Tracker, I have to check, is it their first event? How many events is it? If they haven't played at least, like, even if it's like their 100th event and they do really well out of nowhere, my chat's like, yo, they've toggled or they've turned something on. And it gets tough. It's annoying, but you just tank through it and keep doing well, and it stops. Like Chap, like I don't see Chap get almost any accusations for the most part now, and he just came second in his first ever grands. Like, that is absurd. And he was getting so many accusations, and now it's chilled out. And now, like, the same opinion that I have when people ask me, is Peter about cheating? If you play multiple events, a whole bunch of events, and you don't get punished, at this point, I just have to assume you're not cheating, because otherwise competitive's not worth watching. If I just didn't respect or didn't watch all the people that my chat told me were cheating, and then later on turned around and said they're not cheating, like Malabuka, like Dubs, it's the tale as old as time. We've been here so many times. You just have to trust that if they're cheating, Epic will catch them, and then if they're not banned, then we have to respect them as players. That's just how I come back to it. It's not my job to witch hunt.
And on to continue on that, it's like, people don't understand how lucky we are in Fortnite when it comes to this problem of new players struggling to get up to the top. Fortnite is the most open esport of any esport. There is no game where it's more easy for a nobody to just become someone considered the best player in the world, and you know, whatever else that comes with that, right? Like, the only thing that I think limits this, and funny enough, this is something we were talking about last week, Aussie Receipts, is we need more like important solo events, right? Because then, you know, that helps in terms of building up your portfolio. But like the progression now, like for someone who is new to trying to become a pro, is you come up, you play, let's say you're an EU, right? You come up, you play the game, you grind the game, you probably play Noble Opens a bunch, you play your solo cash cups, get some earnings from that, get a couple hundred earnings or whatever you can over the course of a season. Bam, you then move on, you find people to play with and like looking for group servers, you make some friends, play FNCS, hope you can finesse a lower bracket, you know, placement. Get a lower bracket placement, now you open up your pool for more people who want to play with you because you've said you can say you've called for lower bracket. You work your way up. Like in other games, it's way more gatekept. In other games, it's like if you aren't fucking cool with like the manager of like a random org, it's like you're just fucked. You can't do nothing.
And you need to be able to fly to Korea and boot camp for 6 weeks on the drop of a hat. Like it's crazy.
It is so hard. Like in other games, Fortnite, it's very easy to come up in comparison. I do. What are you
going to say? I was going to say, Veno, like, what would have your career looked like if there wasn't solos? Like, I'm trying to think, like, your solo FNCS was your big break, right? Like, I'm trying to think how much longer it would have taken you or harder do you think? Because, like, you kind of, like, went from, you had decent teammates, right? But then solo happened, and then all of a sudden, you were playing with, like, Payson and shit. If I don't remember your blow up properly, like, I can't even imagine without a solo FNCS how that would have gone.
Thing is, right, I'm just thinking about it now. I don't know if it would have changed too much. Just because the only reason, right? Based on who I was playing with. Before solos, I played with Aqua. My first FNCS one was.
Wait, really? Was that before solos?
Yeah, we that's when my account got locked, and then I was qualified already for solos, and then my account got locked, so then I had to qualify again, and then I came second, and then I started playing with Jason Reason.
I think
like I was playing with Aqua in CR before the solo season. I was playing with Aqua in CR.
I think what you did good was like you were one of the people who like capitalized a lot on like the token meta, where it was like
I think that is the way to go
like
right now.
Yeah, like you like obviously again we don't endorse tokens here because they're not allowed, and you guys who do tokens should not be doing them. You know, you shouldn't.
It's all for hugs.
Yeah, it's true. It's all for hugs. Yeah, that's true. But that's what like people were doing, right? It's like you grind those out, and like when you're one of the best of those players, eventually like one pro is gonna just need a season, and like they might choose to play with you because they know you're crazy at the game. So
like I can even give an example now just to a player who like shouldn't be playing with this person, but this person is down bad. Paper and Victor V. Like Victor V should not be playing with Paper. Even though Paper's not crazy, he has been someone who's in the comms such a long time and consistent. Like Paper just went from Paper and Muzz to Paper and Victor V.
Wait, you're saying Victor V's not good enough? I thought you were saying Victor V's
not that he's not good enough.
It's like he doesn't have like the
reputation.
Rep. Yeah, like
he doesn't have the rep.
True.
Whereas like it's like how example the like token kids can now come out of the I can't remember the exact word, but like I'll just say the tree line, no hiding in the forest, to come out and play with those types of players. Like we could see like in the next seasons, I think we could see that happen a lot more just with players who are in my head, who are like kind of on a downturn.
What did I tell you?
I can see them playing with Reggers.
What did I tell you and FNtasia after last FNCS? I said to you guys, all of you top EU players that keep like trying to do new combinations playing with each other for the past 2 fucking years, give it up and just play with the cracked 15-year-old. It's the, you know, bro, I'm telling you right now, like, again, we're like, it feels like we're very much in like a transition period in Fortnite where like there's new people coming up and some of the established names are just falling off. And it's like when we're in those periods, that's the time when you, as like a top experienced player, your stock is as high as it's ever going to be. Use that clout to just find the cracked kid, like find the chap of EU, right? And just play with that person.
Funny enough, be chap of NA. That's what Chap did in NA. My man just started like investing in like the Dukes, like I think threats, like edgy a little bit, but like again, when Chap was kind of, you know, on the way out a bit of his own mechanical skill, but still had that knowledge and so much to pass on, he just was picking up absolutely insane players that no one's heard of and just molding them. Again, we're going to use molding here this time, Levin.
Yeah,
Much
molding,
better words to use.
yes,
Molding
yes,
them
molding.
into pros because it works really well.
Yeah, it does work, and I think like thing is right. New players coming up are like coming to tier 1 or a dime a dozen. Like it's okay, we have Chap, right? But then
you could make them though. I think there'd be more if you guys picked them up though. I think there'd be more if you gave them a chance.
Yeah, but we don't want them. We don't want more good players. We're gonna keep trying the combinations. Okay, all right. Well, I'll go and play with Sadie next season. Like it's that type of thing, you know. Like we're gonna keep hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping.
No, but it's not. I get why
you wouldn't want to. It's kept to fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are essentially betting on the unknown, and like a lot of players don't want to waste a season on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, true.
And potentially more seasons after.
It's a big risk. It's why again, it's like one of those things where you almost do it hastily. It's why a lot of the time when you do see someone do it, it's when like the fall off has already begun. Like it's rare that someone who's still like at their peak, the peak of their powers, is going to take that risk to invest in that type of player.
Well, we saw it with Booga Poyo. We almost saw Booga Poyo. Everyone was like, Booga, you're an idiot. Why are you playing with Poyo? Who is this kid? Like, he's not that good. You are Booga and you're playing with Poyo. And now we've just seen Peterbot and Poyo like run a region. Like they ran NA, like dominated them. And everyone talked shit on Booga at the time. Like Booga Poyo could have won that next season. You know what I mean? Like that could have been the big one. Centered Cold was a kind of a decent one as well. Centered Cold, I think Cold didn't have as much rep at the time. We've seen it a few times, but very rarely. But when we have seen it, kind of done well, or maybe that's just because we remember.
No, for sure, there's definitely examples of that happening where you just don't remember it because they don't do as good. But it's like, I feel like a lot of the time, it's worth taking a bet. And again, speaking to why I loved like trios and bigger squad modes a lot, is that it was easier to take that risk back when you had an extra teammate member, right? It's like when you have 3 people, okay, so you have the 2 established pros, you have your Veno and your Cammy. But now you just try in and bring in one of those like crack 15-year-olds, right? Like it's easier to do that.
That's like how it was with Evans,
Yeah, that's what you do.
Like, you have the 2 experience,
That's how you got the chance,
so it makes a lot of sense,
But yeah, Perky, I appreciate you.
I
do not agree.
Great take.
I do not agree, but nice one. I like that.
Hot take. I like it. That's a good one.
That was nice. Thank you very much for your take, man.
Thank you, Perky.